Okay. Welcome to my Dance Academy rollerblading instructional video final project thing. Today we're going to learn how to rollerblade. First, we must answer the question, what are rollerblades? These are rollerblades. They are most commonly used for transportation, but can also be used as an improvised weapon. To start, we must put them on. They work a lot like normal skates, but the thing is, normal skates suck and rollerblades don't. You gotta just make sure it's real tight. It can't go not being tight, because that wouldn't be good, obviously. Alright, you gotta tie them laces. We probably shouldn't go to the green way just because it's going to be really loud. Let's go that way. Alright. While I'm putting this on, what you gotta figure out is why you want to rollerblade. What is the intrinsic drive that's forcing you to become a master rollerblader? Perhaps it was genetics, your parents being rollerbladers. Perhaps you saw a guy doing a cool trick one time and thought, hey, I'd like to do that. But I played a video game once where the characters were all rollerblading and thought, hey, that looks fun. Also, there's a spider on me! One must know how to get rollerblades. Sure, you can go to Sport Check or Walmart or wherever they could sell them, probably Walmart. But if you want the authentic experience, you gotta go to a thrift store. It's the only way. It's the only way. Alright, I am now wearing the rollerblades. They're go pretty tight, nice and snug. You don't want them too big, but you don't want them too small, because you still got to get your feet in there. Alright. So for a beginner like you, presumably, what's the first step? It's taking a step. Yep, you just got to get used to having them on your feet before you can go anywhere. Before you can go all like twisty, turny, and all. Your instincts are going to be thinking, this ain't right, I'm meant to propel myself like this. But you can't, because if you try, you won't go anywhere. You see? There's no vertical friction, because there's wheels. That's how those work. What you got to do is you push them on the side. You got to push like that. Part one. And you see, that's a good thing to start with. Well, first off, you just want to walk around a little. Then when you've done that, see, feet shoulder width apart, twist this foot till it's lying perpendicular with the sidewalk, and just push. I messed that one up. It'll take you a couple times to get the hang of it, but when you do, it'll be good. Gotta switch up the feet, just so you know you're gonna be using both feet. I'm just gonna have it on one foot. What kind of loser puts only one rollerblade on? And then, you do it again. You gotta quickly come back in with this other foot just to come back in so you don't lose your balance or anything. And then you just slide. Right, we're gonna turn around now. But now, you gotta do it without stopping in between. push, you push, you push, and push. Now it's important that your weight is always on the wheel going forward. You can't go like from here to there. You just gotta, and it's already gotta be there. And the next step from that is not returning to this neutral stance and just having every push go into the next. Not used to going this slow. Yep. Push. And then push. An important thing to note is that your rollerblades are at no point going to be pointing straight. They are always going to be pointing out. Stopping. Stopping is an incredibly important part of rollerblading, because otherwise, how are you going to get anywhere when all you're doing is going? Obviously. You see my wisdom here? So you do what we've practiced. You go, there are plenty of different ways to stop. One you should learn, just to learn it, is the tried and true method of just falling on the ground. Trust me, I know it seems weird, but like, you gotta. Sometimes you'll just be going too fast, and you don't know what to do. Because falling in the grass is better than being hit by a car. But for more conventional methods, there's this thing called a brake. Some pairs have one of them, some pairs have them on both blades, and some of them don't have them. This one's got one on its right, which is usually the standard, and yeah. So to apply that, you just build up speed, and then when you're standing in your neutral position, just lift up your toe and let the brake drag on the ground. The thing about that is it won't slow you down a lot. It'll just slow you down a little. For more slowing power, you gotta do what I like to call stuttering. Now, you can't be going too fast when you do it because your forward momentum on the top will just pull you over. But if you can slow down a little from there and you still have to get rid of all that excess speed, you just step and start sort of hopping and shuffling. You still got to keep that momentum for the most part, but it'll slow you down a lot faster than just dragging that on the ground. What else is there? Going backwards. Backwards is a lot of fun, but it's also incredibly dangerous. It's much the same as going forwards, actually I'm going to go this way, except instead of pointing your feet outwards, you point them inwards, and you just push. Now it's going to be a lot harder to push because, you know, your legs can go a lot farther backwards than they can forwards. So just push, light push, light push, light push. Yes, that is how you do it. But how do you switch between going forward and going backwards? And more importantly, why would you need to? You don't really. Like, it's not gonna come in handy that often, but like, it's a fun thing to do. If you're like riding next to a friend who's walking and you wanna like flip him out or trick him out, you just start, you go in front of them and then you're like, oh hey, yeah, we're still carrying on this conversation, but I can't see where I'm going. So how you do that is essentially you just turn around really quickly. Like that's what it is. Standing like this, one of your feet is going to be like the first one to turn. Obvious. Otherwise they're both turning at the same time. And I guess that's like then, but I can't do that. So I'm not going to teach you. Also, it's bright. What you do, shoulder width apart, one here, one here, one here. And you're now facing the opposite direction. So for a more in-depth explanation, stand with your feet shoulder width apart. You bring up one blade to have it sort of go perpendicular, that's the word, to the other. And then you bring your other blade back down and have it do like a complete 180 and be perpendicular but facing the opposite direction. And then you bring the first foot back around parallel to the second foot. And you have now turned around. And to do it in motion is yes. How long has this video been going on?
12 minutes.
12 minutes? Oh boy. How am I going to fill the rest of this?
Should I pause?
Yes. One of this thing. And now beginning part 2 after that nice break where you should have been practicing going over the stuff you've learned. So that's how this is working. So as we've discussed before, except not really, there's 2 sort of states to rollerblading. There's the gathering speed momentum, and also just like chilling, you know, lounging. And they're both important, because you cannot just go like this forever, otherwise you may as well just be running. And where's that gonna get you? You gotta have time to like rest, but you're still not losing any speed, which is nice. Speaking of speed, the less drag you create, the more speed you'll have. So if you really want to go fast, the lower you gotta crouch. The lower that you crouch, the less air is pushing at you, and the faster you can go. If you really want to zoom, put your hands under here and just kind of balance. But that's after you've already picked up speed. See, I don't have any, because Mom can't really bike that fast while holding a phone with one hand.
I can.
Like how much does that suck? Like honestly, Mom? Honestly? Okay. The other state is the actual, the meat of the rollerblading. It's the getting somewhere. The important thing to note about this is that only for the barest of instance are both feet on the ground at the same time. And it's a matter of slowly shifting your weight from one foot to the next. You can't just weights on one, weights on the other. No, you gotta feel your center going back, forth, back, forth, back, well, left and right, you know, not backward and forward, literally, obviously. You just gotta feel it, you know? You know, you can't really be told so much stuff. It's as just learning, you know? I didn't have anyone tell me how to do anything when I got them. I just, you know, I thought, hey, this video game where people are rollerblading in school, I'm gonna try it out in real life. Who says video games can't contribute to exercise? Yeah. And I just grabbed a pair in the thrift store. It cost like $10. And just tried it. Of course, it was really just mostly just walking with a little bit of rolling. But that's just because, you know, you're trying a new skill. You're not going to get good at it instantly. So you just keep practicing, you just keep spending time, and you'll just get used to it. And that's really what matters, you know? You don't know how to do everything first chance.
Oh.
Where's the fun in that? Where's the growth? Where's the learning?
I can't stop. Go.
There ain't any. That's what. So the real lesson here is just try it, you know? See how much fun it is. If you enjoy it, take it up as an actual method of transportation. Where you gotta bring shoes with you everywhere. Because like if you got a bike, you just have to leave the bike somewhere. But with these, you know, you got to where you're going, like what are you gonna do with your rollerblades? Also, what are you gonna do with your feet? Honestly, I've taken to just keeping them on at all times. Like, you know, you're in the Sunday church service, you're just sitting in the pew, and you're wearing rollerblades. And if you do it enough times, people will start to expect it from you. And then it's like, where's the harm? But also like sandals. They're easy to squish. Oh, we got some guy coming. They're easy to squish. You can put them in like a drawstring bag. They're really comfy on your feet. Well, people should just wear sandals more, you know? And not that closed-toed stuff. That's just basically Crocs, okay? I'm talking like you got the one strap, you got the other strap, and you got the strap around the back. And there are more people coming. This was a bad idea. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you don't feel it nearly as much though.
That's another primary lesson of rollerblading. Is you have to be polite to people, you know? And this is more evident in sidewalk rollerblading than greenway blading. But you know, when you're rollerblading, you're taking up most of the thing, you know? And sure, some people will see you coming, and you know, they'll only be happy to just say, oh, here you go. And they'll just let you zoom past them as they go back on the sidewalk, continue on their way. But for ones that don't, and just maybe they don't notice you, maybe they're just kind of rude, but there's a really good way to do it, taking as little space as possible, but also not completely canceling your momentum. Because you can just like hop on the grass, walk past them, kind of speed walk, and then jump back on the sidewalk. But that sucks. As an alternative, you can keep one blade on the sidewalk and just paddle with your other for a bit of a close-up. Now that really isn't that conducive to exercising because you're only doing it for one leg. But you know, keeps your momentum and it lets the other person have more space on the sidewalk. It's good, it's a good thing to know. But while you're keeping one leg perfectly on the straight and narrow, for the most part, all of your weight will be on this, but for very little increments, you just kind of gotta shift. It's like paddling a boat. For a brief instant, your weight is on the paddle as you're just pushing it backwards and using it to go forwards. Interesting how that works. You How long are we gonna go on?
Almost 8 minutes.
All right, so we're at 20 minutes total,
Yep.
which is, I don't know. Wow, it's okay. Turning. You can't really turn on the straight. But you know what? Whatever, we'll figure it out. So with going straight, it's just an equal back and forth. Weight going from one leg to the other. But with turning, you need to push farther to one side than the other. Instead of just the rhythm, see, this is dancing. Like dancing, there's a rhythm to it. One, down. You gotta change it up. You gotta do like a dotted quarter note, you know? Dun, 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 dun. As you start going stronger on one leg than the other. The leg that you're going stronger on is the opposite leg that you'll be turning. And by stronger, I mean pushing. Not the striding. Because you have one leg that's
Speak up.
one leg that's striding, obviously.
Gotta speak up when there's traffic noise. Oops.
I just thought I was not that, huh? Nothing better to do than be polite, obviously. Of course, that's just a slight turn. That's a slow, pretty, easy turn. Now what you gotta do for like the fast turns, where you still don't want to spend like making a big wide arc, is you gotta take a lesson from Olympic speed school. Now skating stole a lot of things from rollerbladers. Rollerbladers had them first. Skating's just a dumb punk imitation sport. But it's pretty popular. And when you're watching the Olympics, I mean not this year obviously, like you see those guys and they're just going so fast, and it's like, I would like to do that someday. But what they do for turning is really cool. What they do is they cross a leg in front of the other. Now before you start using it use it to turn, you're just gonna wanna just try it a few times. So you're gonna roll, cross, sit down. Cross, sit down. Now the other foot. Turning, but we are shifting from the right to the left. And once again, it's a matter of balancing your weight. Because if all your weight is firmly anchored on one, it means this one can go wherever it wants to, or wherever you want it to, because it's your leg and you're the one in control. Not it, stupid leg. You got to switch and let the other leg go back to where it was in relation to the first leg when you started. What is your neutral position? Bound, bound. One leg, and then this leg got to come back. Obviously. Now, turn. It's pretty simple. You just take the leg that you're crossing over and angle it a bit. So that when you're shifting your weight, your direction.
Mike.
That was right. Your direction shifts slightly. because by the time you lift this back leg, your direction will be whatever direction that this toe is pointing. Ah, trying to run me over?
Well, I can't go that slow.
Let's take it, speed it up. But you said you couldn't go that slow, but you're not going that fast.
I can go faster. I'm trying to keep pace with you as you go.
Okay. And now I'm going diagonal. Do that. And across. You just point where you want to go, and boom, you're going there. That way, all your momentum stays keeping going. But it's just where the switch of direction is. Being the moment that you lift your back foot or your anchor foot. And your body is now taken to whatever direction that your leading foot, your pointing foot, is going. That was a couple times for reference. Also, Mom, you're seriously not going like that.
Go faster then.
No, but you were like trailing behind
Because I
me.
have to have you in the shot.
Okay. How long is the video?
14 minutes, this one.
14, that's 26. How long can I push this? Well, I suppose that
What about dancing?
we'll get to that.
Oh, we don't have much time left.
Like, I guess it'd be easier to draw it out a lot longer if I was actually teaching a course like the original assignment was. Like, how can you expect me to talk for an hour about things?
Wait, is this
And,
supposed to be an
teach?
hour?
The original thing was. Because, like,
Wow.
even the biggest English assignments never go harder than 10 minutes. And like, I feel like that's kind of a big deal, doing 10 minutes of an assignment. You know, whether you're in drama or English or psychology one, which was weird. You gotta do a 10-minute psychology thing. We're not the ones supposed to be teaching psychology to our classmates. It's you, Miss Dunlop. You're the teacher here. Like, yeah, that was fine. At least there was 4 of us, so
Little
10
rant.
minutes split among 4 people. That's 2.5 minutes. That's fine. But it's still not fun, I guess, because some people really don't like to be the one doing that, okay? Like, it's uncomfortable to have people look at you and think, oh, this person's gonna tell us what to do. And it's just,
Should we turn
it's
around?
like sharing. Yes, we should turn around now. It's like sharing in front of the class. Not everybody wants to. And there's a perfectly valid reason to not want to. I get that it comes from shyness, which is a trait we all have to eventually grow out of. But there's just such a thing as it not being your cup of tea. And that's perfectly fine, and we should teach students that it is perfectly fine. That there's nothing wrong with it. Rather than force them out of their comfort zones. It's the worst. The worst, I say. I'm actually kind of glad that we're just able to send in a video instead of going in front of the class. Because now I can, take all this artistic license, which is what I'm calling this, not incredible unpreparedness. Because I had no idea what I was going to do for this. It's like, okay, yeah, I get that I had like 3 months to work on it. But you know what I also had going on the last 3 months? Other things. Other, a lot more important things. I had to register for university. That's a really big deal. What, am I gonna just tell the registration guy that, oh no, I have to work on this little dance thing I'm doing for a high school class? Ugh. So yeah, I haven't been able to work on it. There's also just, I got a job, which like is really cool. Because now I'm getting all that money, I can go to the thrift store as many times as I want. And also pay for university. Like, I feel like that's really important. That's where most of the money's gonna be going. But the thing about it is that it takes a lot of work. I probably mentioned it on my daily logs, but it's a lot of physical activity to do. I'm biking, well, it started out 40 minutes, but I'm getting like stronger and stronger. It's taking less and less time. I don't have to take any breaks anymore. So I'm got it cut down to like maybe 30 minutes on a good day. But that's still 30 minutes of biking, 10 kilometers. And then it's 5 hours of walking around and lifting things. Some of them are pretty light, some of them are pretty heavy. Sometimes it's 6 4-liter milk jugs at the same time. That's a lot of milk. Who needs that much milk in their groceries? And I used to drink a lot of milk. Now I can barely get through 1 liter before it expires. Oh man, we always use it to make mac and cheese. And do we have any mac and cheese? Yeah, we have like 1 box. Oh man, maybe we should make that.
No milk.
No milk?
We could go buy some.
You see my problem. Plus, how well does mac and cheese go with garlic bread? Yeah.
We can plan for the mac and cheese next time.
Yes, mac and cheese is a future endeavor.
Yeah.
All right, what else is there to talk about? Dancing,
Yeah.
obviously.
Obviously.
Now, the thing about dancing is there's no wrong way to do it. Even if you end up getting hurt, it's like, wow, you were going pretty hard, and I respect that. So when you're dance rollerblading, which is what I like to call rollerblading while dancing, all you gotta do is just kind of put a little boogie into it. You know, you're rolling along and just, got that music in your ears.
Should have brought some music.
Yeah. Of course, you have to keep your legs going straight, otherwise you lose all your momentum. And that's just the worst thing that can happen to you. But otherwise, yeah. Of course, with every dancing moment, you gotta have your good music. Depending on the style that you're going for. And more importantly, your speed. The faster the music you listen to, the faster you'll instinctually start going. The faster your like internal rhythm of shifting that weight's gonna be.
Yeah.
Alright, we should probably pass these people.
Okay.
Faster you're shifting your weight, faster your internal rhythm is going to be. That's important to keep track of. What kind of mood are you in? Are you in a fast, like, yeah, go mood? Or are you like a slow kind of mood? And that's got to influence what song you're picking. Because you can't just rollerblade and not listen to music. I mean, I guess that's what I'm doing right now. That's kind of because I got this whole thing I got to do for some reason. Like, I guess that it's important to the notion of separating dance academy from regular phys ed. But all of that flew out the window once this quarantine happened. And like, yes, I'd like to still learn to do all the dancing stuff because it's a lot better than regular phys ed. Also, just dancing's really fun. And I feel like it just is. There's no other reason to that. Oh man, I had some weird experiences with other people. Also, number one reason why I didn't want to go regular phys ed, boys' change room is the worst place in existence. I hate it. It's not like it's a terrible room, and you get used to the smell eventually. It's just something about being in a boys' change room brings out the worst in people. Like, seriously. People are like fine going about, maybe it's because there's no oversight. And you know, they're just told to like change your clothes and talk about whatever when you're done. But it just, man, getting bad memories.
Oh, okay.
See, that's why I always liked when we were in the theater rather than the gym. Because in the gym, I gotta go back to the changing room. And you know, I'm not involved in any conversations, but I'm hearing them. Yay, downhill. Where did we start this topic?
Dancing.
Yes, dancing. Dancing's fun, isn't it?
Yep. There's a whole lot of people.
Oh man. I'd like to learn swing dancing.
Oh. Can't wait to see you swing.
There ain't no thing like a swing. Well, I don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. That's what that thing is. I know a guy who had a shirt with that on it. It was a pretty cool shirt. I think it was red. But anyways, just, you know,
Watch out.
oh, there are a bunch of people coming. Oh, a lot of people. When did all these people get here? Don't they know that I'm filming this? Haven't they heard? See, what I like about rollerblading as opposed to biking. Biking will get you places a lot faster, but it's also kind of, you gotta lug it around, which isn't fun. But still, it's so much more convenient of a method of travel. Why do people pick rollerblading? Because of how much fun it is. Well, for one thing, it takes up so much less of the body. While on a bike, you have basically a position for 5 body parts. You got both hands, both legs, and a place to sit. Rollerblading, you only got your feet. That's 2. And they're completely separate. They can move entirely independently. It just gives you so much more control and feeling and pizzazz. Like, you don't even have to conventionally push, lift, and then bring it back. You can just go like this. And you're making movements. You're going somewhere. Now, you're not going very fast. And it's kind of inspiring because as opposed to pushing with the side of your leg muscle, your movement's coming straight from your torso, which isn't that productive. But still, you're doing it, and it's fun. Hey, how long has this video been going?
This one, 26.
26 minutes, that's 38. 38, that's not bad. But like, we can still keep going.
Yep.
There's more. Oh, here comes someone. Hello.
Ah! Right.
Wow, Mom. Wow. I trust you with one thing, and this is how you repay me? Oh my God.
Go faster. go this slow.
So you always fall behind me. And
Okay, so
behind me, I feel like I should, drop back.
no, I have to. I should tell you faster, faster.
There's a million ways to dance while rollerblading. Just like,
Watch out, watch out.
sorry, it's all good. Again, you can incorporate your legs as much as you want, but it's a little difficult because they gotta keep you going forward. So there's no right way to do it, and there's no wrong way to do it, as long as you're doing it. Now granted, there are some songs and artists that you should avoid while listening to music and dance music. Things like classical, it's good, it's got its time. While you're rollerblading, not so much. A good genre for rollerblading is electronica. It's got the vibes, it's got the beats that you can match your strides to. It's got just the oh yeah, the riffs that are just fun. Because that's what you're doing. You're doing this to have fun. And that's what matters.
Did you want a quiet street? Because we could have just gone over there. There's a street that's not used.
This is fine.
Okay.
Well, I refuse to hear the sound of my own voice, so you're gonna have to watch this over and make sure it's good to go. And then you're gonna have to upload it to YouTube, and then you're gonna have to send it to me. I'm just kidding. I'll do most of that. Miss McLeod, I know you're listening because I'm going to send you this. An important part of rollerblading is hydration, which I forgot. I am really thirsty right now.
The water's right there.
Oh, your water's right there. Thank you, Mom. That's good stuff. Important thing of rollerblading number 2, you gotta keep your hair out of your face. It sucks. Sure, ponytail holders are fine, but they're also annoying. I guess if you wear a helmet like you're supposed to, it'll keep the hair out of your face. But I like to go with the classic sunglasses. But you just stick them up. It's like a headband, nothing's getting past it. Also, if it ends up too bright, you can just wonk and boom. You are A, protected from the sun, and B, looking super stylish, obviously. Important thing of number rollerblading 3, I don't know how I messed that up, but this is a screwdriver. It's for taking off and putting on the wheels. You gotta do that a lot. A lot. Because it's very important. You want to keep that momentum, that speed, that rhythm. You got to clean your wheels often. Because they'll get so much just gunk in them. Hair just picks up and dust. You got to just unscrew them, make sure it's rolling all fine, and get rid of all the gunk. What else?
Are we turning around?
No, it's probably a good place to end it.
Okay, how are you going to do it?
Well, once we get back to the door.
Okay, should I stop right now?
Nah. Gotta have a good outro, This is the conclusion. It's gotta be the best part.
Okay.
So rollerblading as exercise is pretty cool. rollerblading as an art form is even better. And the thing about art is that it's completely subjective, but I'm the best at it. Subjective. So it's good to take my advice, because I know what I'm doing most of the time. Yes, this entire thing has been about satisfying my own ego. You were fooled. I don't know where I'm going with this. But granted, that's what I said right before we started filming. Something that's fun to do while rollerblading is to just grab an umbrella, face against the wind, and just like open it, let it push you. You're not going to go very fast, but it is going to work a little. Especially with how windy it's been lately. Like, I feel like it's been going just the same direction, the same speed for a month. And it's the exact opposite direction that I have to bike to work. If it was from work, it'd be fine, because I'd be biking into the wind on my way home, and I'd, have all the time I needed. But no, when it's to work, sometimes I just have to actually stop, get off the bike, and walk, because I'm going faster than I would if I was biking. Don't hit cars. That's an important lesson. All right, how long has this been going?
34.
34 minutes?
Plus whatever we did before.
That's 34 plus 12, I believe. All right, we're back. So concludes this epic lesson of rollerblading taught by yours truly. Please, Miss McLeod, let me pass the class. I am so close to getting into university. All I have to do is graduate. I've passed the audition. Please.